Hi guys, this is Tracy from Lavinia Stamps and welcome to another tutorial today. Tutorial using our lovely brand new stamp. This is HobbleHollow House, one of our brand new stamps. And in a snowy scene. I absolutely love this on the grey card. I've used it a couple of different ways, on the watercolour card, on the white card, but actually on that grey card, it looks stunning, I think. I'm using the watercolour Mondelez pencils. These are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. It was Mona that introduced me to these. She actually bought me a set and love them, absolutely love them, only because they're a little bit more sort of opaque, especially on a darker card like the grey card. They're quite waxy as well, but yeah, absolutely fabulous. So they're not scratchy. You know how some of them can be a bit scratchy? They're really, really soft, but a really beautiful watercolour pencil to work with. So I would highly recommend these if you like watercolour pencils. So we've got our grey card here. I'm going to pop this to the side and we'll get started. I'm going to create a little bit of a subtle background using the pan pastels first. So we've got the white and I've got a smoothie here, and I'm just going to, I don't want too much, but just a subtle sort of area of white, and that makes the boot stand out even more so. So here we go. We're going to use the VersaFine Clair as always. This is a great stamping ink, designed for detail. I'm going to pop this down. So we're just in that circle of white. So give that a good press. Now you can do this exact same technique on the watercolour card or white card or even black card. You get a really nice effect. It's all about just using light and dark colours to get that nice contrast, and that way it really pops out at you. Okie doke. Right, I have some of our lovely pencils here, so I'm just going to make a start on colouring in. And I think by adding that little bit of white initially, it just makes the colours even brighter, even more opaque. So first of all, I'm just getting this colour down on the card, and then I'll bring in another colour just to add a bit of depth, remembering about your shading. Where's the light coming in from? Which direction? These are, as I say, watercolour pencils, but of course if you just want to colour in, not add the water, that's absolutely fine. Or equally, you can add the water and blend them even more. And we'll use one of our Posca pens just to highlight the boot towards the end. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of colour onto the house now. And the good thing about the watercolour pencils as well, you know, you can keep adding to them. So if you feel that it needs a little bit more shading, then you can do that. Just wait for them to dry or use your heat gun just to speed that process up. Dry it off, and then add a little bit more. Build it up gradually. Maybe we'll go with a bit of purple. I mean, I absolutely love my silhouette stamps, as you know, but equally It's just so therapeutic colouring in, isn't it? It's just something really quite mesmerising, but just colouring in. Very relaxing. Okay, let's put a bit of colour onto the door, and then we've got the roof, and then we shall start adding a little bit of water. Only need a tiny bit of water and a nice fine brush. So this is one of our brushes, which the brush itself is super fine, and it's a really nice quality, so it doesn't split. You know, all the bristles, they all join together, forming a really nice tip, giving you that control, you know. And that's really important when you're doing something like this, when you're colouring in. Deep in concentration. Take a little bit more water. As you can see, I'm just using a tiny amount. Okay, we're nearly done. Just colouring this door now. There we go. So you can see what I mean about those pencils, how they really do stand out, even on a grey card. So because I want it to be a wintry scene, I'm going to use some of the Posca pens here. I've got ivory and I've got a white. So I'm going to probably use a combination of both of those. I'm going to just see how we get on. Now the thing is with the Posca pens, you can add water to them, or you can just pop them down, add a bit of water afterwards. You can get movement off the Posca, but the minute it's set and dry, that's it. There will be no movement then. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to just literally go along the edge now. Take a little bit of water. And dry that off. I'm going to go back in and build the next layer. So this one's the ivory. I am going to go back in with the white after that as well. Shake, check that's working. The white you can see is quite a bit stronger. But snow doesn't always look super white, does it? There's always a bit of shadowing there, which is why I use the ivory as well. Okay, so I've got my little detailed white pen here. Now I'm using this because it's got a really fine nib on it, and I just want to highlight certain areas, just building up a little bit of snow on top. So you could use your Posca pen for this. This is absolutely fine. Just I've got this one in my hand now. And then nice little areas like this, we're just going to highlight with this super fine pen. It's all this attention to detail. You know, it makes a big difference. Just putting in that little bit more effort on the detail does make an incredible difference. So do persevere. Okay, so we need a bit of black first. I just want to get a little bit more depth down at the back. So I'm popping the Posca pen down on the mat. I'm going to pick up a bit of water, add it to the Posca pen, And then with my very fine brush, I can go along the edge. And you can see the difference that makes. I'm only doing it in certain areas where the shadows would sit. Okay, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the white. So I'm going to pop that down as well on the mat, and taking my brush, I'm going to add a little bit of water, a little bit more colour. And all I'm going to do is just highlight certain areas using the brush and some water. It's going back to the black there, just to get that sharpness back in along the edge of the boot. There we go. Okay, so nearly there, nearly there. We need a colour for the lace, so what colour shall we use for those? Maybe we'll just do an orange. So I'm literally just going to colour these in. I'm not going to add any water because they're so fine, and I just feel like it just needs a hint of colour, not a lot. But you know, you can have some fun with this. You could be colouring in them, the boots in all sorts of colours, multicoloured even, whatever you fancy. Just literally have a little bit of fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to use this little stamp. I'm going to go with the rainforest. Now you guys know how much I love this stamp. I just use it for all sorts of things. It's a great filler. You know, if you feel it just kind of needs a little bit of something, which on this occasion, that's what I'm thinking. And this is your perfect stamp. Just a little bit of greenery. Now the snow. So, oh, white, that's what we're going to use. And I'm literally going to pop down. You don't need too much, just a few spots, like so. And lastly, a little bit of glitter. So might go with this one. This is Stardust, so this is clear. And what we'll do, we'll just go along the edge, following where I've popped the white, and again along the top of the roof, like so. You can even put a little bit just dotted around. Careful not to go overboard. Less is more, isn't it? So, right, guys, that's it. But I love it. I love it on the grey card. I think it looks absolutely fabulous. And you can see there we've got two slightly different colours there, but both look really, really effective. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's demonstration, and I hope that it's inspired you to actually have a go yourselves. Thanks for watching, guys. You take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.